Sure you can do it? You sure? Okay, then go for it. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Diatribes from the Voice of Doom. And now let's welcome the benevolent, forgiving, and ever generous voice of Doom. Okay, that's a little better. I think we're going to keep the old announcer because we've reached kind of an understanding. He's not going to be such a jerk. And it's no time for that because I have a lot to talk about. So, today I'm going to talk about a couple things, and they might intertwine and they might not, but it's just, I can just talk really quickly for 15 minutes without even thinking. And some of it might be kind of in the weeds a bit, but I think it might be important just to let people know what taking care of other people really can entail. So, I'm going to get on with it, and I am going to talk about where we stood after we got hospice, and I turned the bedroom into a hospital room. Now, the best way to do this is for me to go through my journal folder, sort of. I have a lot of writing, but I kind of decided to jot everything down. First, you need lists. That's another, two more things. I said you need room to move, you need shelves. The third thing you need, and you can never get enough, is ice. And I'm saying if you don't have like bags of ice or an ice machine that's constantly going, then have like 6 to 8 trays of ice, and don't just throw the thing in the fridge or in the sink after it's empty. You fill it up immediately. You can't get too much ice, and you really can't have too many folders. You get one of these. You get two of these actually because you keep getting them, and it's all about hospice care. It shows two happy elderly, octogenarians or so, and they're very happy, even though one of them might be, sick, and they're taking a walk in the park. Very idyllic, but not, really the way it happens sometimes. Then you get some of these. You get these folders. And this is like the bureaucracy that's connected to the hospice. And we're good people. I'm not going to say they aren't. Everybody helped us out a lot, but I mean, this is just my folder. See, a lot of phone numbers, notes. It's very complicated. I have two of these folders. One has medical receipts for medicine. One side has bureaucratic stuff for like disability and Social Security and financial aid for medical and all that. And then I have another one. And then this one will have, like all of our important papers when they ask for your pay stubs and they want to see your W-2 from 1982 and all this crap. And then there's more medical stuff that's more, not just receipts, but it's like medical information. I'm going to pull out one thing to show you. I don't know if I have it. I don't know if you want to see it, but I just found it. Yeah, right here. Here's the Carson Tahoe health report for her visit to the ER. So you can read that and tell me what that means. Untreated breast cancer with mass. And then it says, you have, I can't read it upside down. You have multiple masses in your lungs concerning for metastasis. Can't read it backwards, but that's the first page. Let's go to the second page. And it's not here, but I know what it says. You have deep vein thrombosis in the arm. So that's really a great combination. You have untreated breast cancer with mass. You have multiple masses in your lungs concerning for metastasis. And you have thrombosis really severely in your right arm. So when I got that, it's like, well, I'm not, yeah, this is right here. I kind of was pretty efficient, I gotta admit. Deep vein thrombosis. Folders, pen. You always had to have lots of pens next to you and lots of paper. And I would suggest having one folder so you can remain organized, because if you start using papers all over or you use folders all over, you're going to get confused because you're going to lose your mind, so you're going to want to be organized. Now, I don't know if I'm going to go into this stupidity because it's very short and it's just that we did everything wrong. I mean, we didn't have insurance, we waited too long, we were arrogant, we were relying on the universe to take care of us, or God, or what have you. We didn't trust doctors. We didn't trust the MIC, medical, industrial, and we were stupid because even as bad as things may be, it's better than what we did, believe me, because what we did is we set ourselves up to have to deal with it ourselves because they didn't want to have us in the hospital. And we knew she was kind of terminal, but we didn't want to admit it. And so it's just like, well, take her home and take care of her. And it's kind of like, we'll send the hospice guys over and we'll send a nurse over every day or whenever you need her or him. They'll change bandages and they'll adjust the oxygen. And it's like, they were pretty much saying, you're kind of on your own. So that's why I think I have a little bit of advice and experience to offer, because when I say on our own, I mean it was COVID still, supposedly in September and October, November. That's when it became an excuse to not do anything. That's when they got their way, the powers that be and the Democrats or whoever else nefarious schemes. That's when they got their way, was when they realized nobody's going to help each other or talk to each other now. And we succeeded in setting up the world the way we want to, because we don't want people getting together and, thinking. So that's obvious. It's only obvious to people that think, and it's obvious. I mean, things are getting really bad. I mean, I'm not going to go into that right now. I'll go into that later, because people are delusional if they think that we're just going to come right out of whatever the hell we were in. We're not even close to getting into the crap that we're going to get into, so sorry. But let me get back to the logistics of dying or helping someone die. I learned a few things. First, I'm going to just go through this real quick because it's easier to just go through it than to try to remember it. But it was probably October, mid-October, getting toward late October. And it's like, I can't do this all by myself. The kids are helping, but I need to leave them a list because I'm still working. We're all still working. We have to bring money in. It's not like money's coming. The gravy train is done. So I left them a note saying this is what needs to be done every day. So when you come home, you have to think about all these things. And big Roman numeral 1 is mom, and it's 1. Ice water refill trays at once. Remedies. Put 2 tablespoons of water in cup, 1/3 dropper of all 4 bottles. Keep bottles in order. 3. Juices, watermelon, miscellaneous in flavored water, fruits, prunes, chia. 4. Acai tea in foil bag by spice rack. Heat water and use tea strainer. Put tea in hot water and strain. 5. Sauteed vegetables or other food, rice, grapes, crackers. That was after she couldn't really eat full dinners anymore. 6. Fill morphine syringe. Be careful, because we didn't want to spill it. 7. Bandage, gauze, open petroleum gauze, open bandage packets. 8, garbage, change as needed. That's Mom. And that's pretty much not even half of it because I know we did a lot more than that. We had to always have her pills ready, and we had to have her CBD ready if she needed that, or she needed juice, or she needed, it's always, I need something. Kitchen, part 2, dishes, put stuff back, keep counters clean and clear, put leftovers in fridge, use leftovers first, floor when possible, throw out scraps, recycle garbage. Then other is garbage cans out on Thursdays, go to grocery store and get food, go to Walmart for miscellaneous, get money orders or various bureaucratic crap. Yard work, leaves, vacuum, keep house clean. And that was aside from just going to work like 5 days a week, so we were kind of fit to be tied, to tell you the truth. And that's just the little task. That's not including going all over the place trying to deal with, rehabilitation or disability and Social Security over the phone. You can't get a hold of them. And then if you can't get into the offices because it's COVID, and it's like, this is getting stupid. We're all going back to work, and they're saying, oh, the office is closed because of COVID. It's like, this is all part of the plan to destroy America. I mean, I know it's happening. I know everything. This was what we were doing in April of 2020 when we were shut down. April 4th to the 30th, hard goals. Hike, buy folders, get a hole punch, go through music, organize boxes, rearrange books, set up social networks, study and read, start part 3 of my play. Brewery Arts is a art center. Kinko's or whatever, study, cameras, organize, toss crap, gather and clean tools, shingle roof, organize kitchen. U-Haul, take crap to the dump, electrical work, doors, paneling, awnings, sprinkler. That was April. Well, let's just go to I had a few months here. I don't have too much time, but like in July, it's kind of like my whole schedule is like go to counselor, call Planned Parenthood, hormones, estradiol, 0.05 milligrams, spirulactone, testosterone blocker, 50 milligrams. Getting these things, I'm putting that down. That's like July, early August. And then we come to August when she called in sick. And this is a good life lesson right here before I close. You never really know how much you can accomplish in a day until you have to really be pushed to do everything and you have no choice, because you can do a freaking hell of a lot. And it made me realize that I've wasted so much time in my life watching Gilligan's Island or watching I Dream of Jeannie, or even just doing nothing or just wasting time and just moping around thinking I was bored. And it's like I could do so much. I mean, in a 12-hour span, you can do everything. This is what I did in August. Let's see. I just want to tell you what I had to do on September 28th, 2020. This is my list. Take forms to rehabilitation or disability. Go down to 500 East 3rd Street in Carson City and find out they're closed. And I push on the button, hope that somebody comes to do this because I got a lot to do. Fill out financial aid forms. Call first to verify some questions. Okay. Fill out forms. Find tax returns for 2019. Do income documents for Medicaid. Call oncologists. Look into Medicaid. Get Benjamin's Social Security number because they want his number for some reason. Call disability again. Call Planned Parenthood. Go to Money Tree. Cash check. Get money orders. Work at 3 o'clock. Call NV Energy. That was one day. That was what I had to do in one day, and that was every day for like 2 months after that. Every day I had a list like that. And you're going to have lists, and it's going to be organized. And then I decided I was going to write a journal and try to log down this so maybe I could make sense of this later. And I started actually getting into, and this was stupid, because I started getting more into what I was going to write than what I was doing, and it was really getting out of hand. I don't know if I can find it, but at any rate, I started writing down everything like by the minute, like as I was doing it, I'd jot it down, and then I went to a mental place and said, I think I'm losing my mind. And they said, well, to keep your memory going, just write everything down. And I'm like, well, I'm doing that. So I started writing everything down in detail. And then I wrote in a corner, I could read it, but I remember I said, writing it down, I must be insane. I want her to irk me so I can say something dramatic so I can write it down. So you see how I'm losing my mind. And I'll leave it there because that was kind of the nuts and bolts. There's more nuts and bolts. I don't know if I should do more nuts and bolts of how to help people die, or if I should get into the real personal when you're sitting next to them and it's late at night. I think I'll try to do that next because there's some good life lessons there. So I'll thank you for listening, and I'll get back and I'll do something a little more kind of sad. Okay, see you next time.